Good evening and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day, number 245, part 6. Using Sefer Hachinuch Mitzvah Day keeps your soul on its way. Okay. Continuing the mitzvah entitled Not to Sow Seeds as Kilayim. The Hachinuch questions the above statement that a distance of 3 tefachim between two species of vegetables is sufficient from a Mishnah in Kilayim. The Mishnah sets forth the number of species of vegetables can be planted in a small garden patch, and the number given seems to imply a greater separation between the species. However, consider that which is stated in the Mishnah in Kilayim, chapter 3, and it is also cited in Tractate Shabbos, chapter Amar Rabbi Akiva, that a garden patch that is 6 tefachim by 6 tefachim may be sown with 5 seeds of different species, and this will not violate the laws of Kilayim. Now, according to our statement that a separation of 3 tefachim suffices, the sage should have said that 9 seeds of different types may be sown in the patch. 8 on the 4 sides of the patch and 1 in the middle. Why then does the Mishnah allow only 5 seeds to be sown in a patch of that size? The Hachinuch resolves the difficulty. This is not a difficulty, for the sages have already resolved this in the Talmud Yerushalmi by explaining that the Mishnah is discussing a garden patch among other patches. Therefore, although 9 seeds in the same patch would not be too close to the other species in that patch, they would be too tightly spaced with regard to the seeds in the adjacent patches. The Hachinuch concludes the discussion of the required distance by setting out the general rule with regard to separation of 2 species. The rule that we have arrived at from studying the words of the sages of blessed memory in the matter of Kilayim, of seeds, is as follows. As long as there is the proper distance between the 2 species, which is 1.5 tefachim for each species, as we have said, then even if after the seed grows into full plants and their leaves become intermingled, we are not concerned with them, as the distance is a sufficient separation between the species. Additionally, as long as they appear separated from one another, for example, in a case where one turned the leaves of one patch to one side and the leaves of the adjacent patch to the other side, even though they are close to each other and drawing nourishment from each other, we are not concerned about their shared nourishment. For it is only when the 2 factors come together that the Torah objects to the planting. That is, number 1, that the seeds draw nourishment from each other, and 2, that their shared nourishment is conspicuously visible to the eyes of the viewers. The essence of the prohibition of Kilayim is that the field may not be a recognizable mixture of species. It is only when both of these conditions exist that the field is recognized as a mixture and is considered Kilayim. All right. A lot going on over here. We will continue, God willing, tomorrow. Not easy stuff. To sponsor 36,100 of the gold.